Yes, let's start the interview.
Great. Welcome to the podcast, David. To kick things off, can you share why you think winter is an excellent time to list and sell a home?
Well, I think in the winter time, there are fewer properties on the market, so it creates an opportunity for sellers that, obviously supply and demand would tell you that if there's fewer properties, the ones that are on the market are going to warrant more, especially where the buyers that are out during the colder winter months and this time of year are very, very serious, and they typically have to buy as opposed to in the springtime where everybody's just looking.
That makes a lot of sense. So, would you say that sellers can potentially get a better price in winter due to less competition?
Yeah, I think that's a good way to narrow it down. Yeah, I think so in most situations, obviously. However, typically overpricing still isn't going to work. I mean, you can do a little bit, but for the most part, you'll get market value, maybe a little bit more, or maybe a little bit of a premium. But I think one of the mistakes a lot of sellers make is they try to price it way too high, and you still can't sell no matter what season we're in.
That's a great point. Pricing correctly is crucial. What other advantages do you think winter sellers might have, especially regarding motivated buyers?
I mean, the house looks good in the winter. It's especially during the holidays. People typically have the house decorated. You can see, for Christmas or Hanukkah or whatever holiday you celebrate. So it gives a nice energy, gives a nice emotional feel. And again, I think the inventory though is probably the biggest reason people will buy or pay more during the winter months.
Absolutely. The emotional appeal of a well decorated home can definitely attract buyers. How do you think sellers can best leverage this seasonal atmosphere to make their homes stand out even more?
Yeah, staging's always a great idea, no matter whether you're selling winter or summer, but definitely staging in the winter, because during the winter, obviously, most people are going to be focused on the interior of the house even more so. So staging is really, really important. Keeping the house open, kind of like making sure there's no clutter, making sure that the colors and everything are fairly neutral. So that will also make a big difference when it comes to sellers getting ready to sell.
Absolutely. Focusing on a warm and inviting interior can really resonate with buyers. How important do you think it is for sellers to be flexible with showings during the winter months?
Yeah, I mean, it's always important to be flexible. Great question with showings. Because when somebody wants to see the property, I mean, they want to see it, so it has to be available. When I meet with sellers or work with sellers, one of the first things I tell them is, listen, my job is to market and find buyers, and your job as a seller is to make the property available and keep it in what we call open house condition. So great question.
That's great advice. Keeping the home in top shape and ready for showings can make a big difference. What final tips would you give sellers considering listing in the winter?
I would say just, don't listen to all the hype or the news or what other people are telling you. It's slow. It's not it's, again, it doesn't necessarily mean it's slower. Maybe there are fewer buyers out looking, but also the people out are very, very, very serious. And I think one of the mistakes a lot of real estate agents make is they say, oh, it's slow during the winter, nobody wants to buy. And then the seller takes on that mindset where if they were on the market, they could potentially connect with somebody that's really, really motivated. As a matter of fact, years ago, we had a property that was on the market for a long time. It was with another agent. The agent took it off. The seller was going to wait until the spring, but I convinced them to give us a shot. And they did. And we found a buyer that was relocating into the area to work for Dell. There was nothing else on the market. So they actually paid a pretty premium to get the house because they needed it. Well, that wouldn't have happened if the house wasn't on the market during that time.
That's a fantastic example. It really shows the importance of staying on the market even in slower seasons. Thanks for sharing your insights, David. This has been a great discussion.
Yeah, just curious to get your takeaways. What did you learn from the discussion?
I learned that winter can be an advantageous time to sell because of reduced inventory and motivated buyers. Also, the importance of staging and flexibility with showing stood out, and how it's crucial not to buy into the misconception that winter is a slow season. Your example showed that serious buyers can make significant offers. It was a great reminder that every season has its unique opportunities.
Excellent. Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome, David. It's been a pleasure discussing this with you. If you need anything else, just let me know.
Will do. Thank you.